creating a Blackboard assignment, turning in an assignment as a student, and grading the assignment. If you would like students to turn in a file or a series of files to Blackboard, you should create an assignment. To create an assignment, you're going to click on a content area on your course menu, and then you're going to hover over Create Assessment and then select Assignment. In the name box, you're going to give the assignment name. I'm going with Assignment 1. In the box down here, this is the instructions about the assignment. Okay, so scrolling down on the screen here, I have my instructions in there, and it's your standard WYSIWYG toolbar box in which you can attach a file, and you can attach an image, and so forth. If you scroll down further on the page, you'll also be able to attach a file down here, which many instructors will have the assignment already in a file in which they want students to review. Sometimes you want the student to be downloading that file as well. This would be the appropriate place for that. Under grading, you would have to specify the points possible. I'm going to say 25 for this example. Down here under availability, if you want to make the assignment available so students can see it and take it, you want to check this box. Under number of attempts, the default is allow a single attempt, which means that a student would take the assignment, turn a file in, and that's it. Blackboard would not allow them to do it again. If you allow unlimited attempts, students can continuously turn the file in to you. Each entry time they turn it in, it'll make a new entry for the students, so they can continue turning it in, and you can see the progression of the file and the assignment that the student turned in. Or you can go with number of attempts and select, for instance, I'm going with 2. So basically a student can turn a file into you, they can go back, turn it in again, and then that's it, no more. Under limit availability, this is where you can set the time and date, the date in which students can turn it in to the date in which they can no longer see the assignment. And that's what this is. You can use these icons here to select the appropriate date and time. If you select track number of views and you want to run statistics later on this assignment, you can. If you scroll down further here, you have the due date. Submissions are accepted, will continue to be accepted after this date, and basically up until the date that up here where it goes away. However, if they come in after that date and time, which I'm going to go with the 12th at, for instance, maybe 4 p.m. If they come in past this date at 4 p.m., they will be marked as late. The due date also displays on the front of the Blackboard course. If you use the module page, it will display in the module page. Coming down to recipients, by default, it will be all students individually, which means that it's an individual person's assignment. One student gets the assignment, turns it in, and that's how that one works. If you go under groups of students, you'll have to have already set up groups in your class, and then you can assign them assignment for the entire group. I'm going to click Submit. Now you will see that the assignment is here, the information about it, and then if you click on here, you can see something similar as to what the students would see. Okay. Also, the assignment has created a gradebook column automatically for you. And here, assignment 1, it's going to be the last column in the gradebook. And also you're going to notice that the assignment column does not allow you to delete it because it is associated with the assignment. That's where you're going to pick up the assignment. You do not need to create a separate gradebook column for an assignment. Now I'm going to go ahead and log off and log in as a student. And as a student, I'm going to click on my course on the right hand side and then click on the content area in which I see the assignment. When I click on the assignment, I can see the assignment. I can see the instructions are up here. I can see when it's due, as well as the points possible and the file that my instructor wanted me to download. I can also submit an assignment. What's new in this version of Blackboard is they have a WYSIWYG box up here for students that they didn't have previously. They can actually type the assignment in here if they would like. Or they can come down here, they can browse their computer, and then they can attach a document. If they were to browse my computer again, they could attach a different file. And as you can see here, they can attach a series of files. If they had some comments, they could put them in here, and then they could click Submit. Now, the student has turned their submission in. This assignment allowed me to turn it in a second time. So as you can see here, the Start a New Submission is now available. And the student would go back in. This is second submission. And here they can attach a file again. And they can write comments in here. And we're going to click Submit. Now notice that button is now gone. So they can click OK. And if they click on the assignment, they can come down here and they can see that they turned the file in. There are two different times that they turn the file in. It's got date and time on it, as well as if they click on the plus symbol, they can see what they turned in. There's the file, there's any comments that they put in. So they can always get to that information. Also, if the student were to go to their grade book, which is under Tools and then My Grades, if they scroll down to the column for the assignment 1, they will see the green exclamation point. When they click on it, it'll also show them their attempts and allow them to get to their file. And I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to go ahead and log off and log back in as myself, the instructor, and I'm going to enter the course. To pick up assignments, you're going to go to the Grade Center and then scroll yourself over to the appropriate column. Now, as you see here, I have a green explanation point, and that means that there's a student whose assignment is waiting to be graded. I'm going to click the drop-down box to the right of it, and I could either go directly here to the different attempts, or I can click on View Grade Details. When I'm in the View Grade Details area, I can see the 2 attempts from my student. So I can click on View Attempt, at which time I can scroll down and actually view the attempt. There it is, there's the file, and I can grade it. I'm going to say this looks pretty good. If I want to view another attempt, I can also go here. But what I'm actually reviewing this first attempt that's here. You were reviewing this attempt, and I'm going to go ahead and grade it. I have a feedback to user I can give. This is the stuff the student will see it. Student will see this. And this one here, grading notes, only instructor sees the grading notes. I can attach a file as well, either one of these. So in relation to this one, you might want to attach your rubric if you're using that. I'm going to scroll to the bottom, and then I can click on Save and Next. If I click that, then it'll take me to the next attempt. So if you had allowed students to turn in their assignment more than once, you can now review this one and then grade it. And again, the feedback to user as well as the grading notes. When you're at the end of the attempts, you can click on Save and Exit, at which time the assignments will now display. You can see the both attempts. If by chance you need to clear an attempt, it's in this area which you can click on the Clear Attempt button. Also, if you want to delete the attempt, if there's multiple attempts, you can say delete and then either lowest score attempts or all attempts, and then press the Go button, which would delete all the attempts for the student. But I'm going to go with this. I'm going to return to my Grade Center. Now, in the column, it's going to display the grade attempt. Now, as you saw, I had multiple attempts in here. If you have one attempt, it's pretty straightforward. It'll just display that one attempt. But if you have multiple attempts, you will go ahead and edit your column here, and then you edit the column information. And then when you scroll down here, score attempts using, and typically it's going to be the grade of last attempt. If you want the highest grade, which is usually the case, you can do that here. So you're grading all of the attempts, but you're just selecting the highest grade. Now again, if you only have one, this is not going to be an issue. If you have multiple and you've graded them, then you can select that. And there's other possibilities in there as well. If you'd like to download a whole group of assignments, you can do that. You're just going to drop down here and then select Assignment File Download, which will download the assignment. Please see that tutorial for further information.